recognize the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shashina Roll as always. It is so great to have you with us. Topping news as the debate continues on a possible increase in minimum wage, a local unionist is taking exception to the position expressed by a leader of the business community here on Grand Bahama. John Davis Roll has our top story.
Certainly, we do not subscribe to exploitation of labor, but at the same time, we believe that decisions relative to how much an employee makes is best left to the employer.
It is that statement made recently by the president of Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce that has a veteran trade unionist and labor activist firing back.
My concern is primarily the comments that were made by Chamber President Mr. Seymour the other day when he suggested that the government should allow the employer to make increases as they see fit. Well, you know, I take exception to that because the government now and the government in the past have been giving the employer, the Chamber of Commerce, who all are associated in one body, their union, who've been put together for the simple interest to protect the interests for big business. Who protects the small man? Who looks after the small man? In order for there to be any level of equality and fair play, there must be a caring government that understands that if you leave it to a person with a particular interest, they will always do it for their particular interest.
Morley contends that this country cannot afford business owners and operators to play judge and jury when it comes to the overall wages of workers and what they should be paid.
We continue to allow these short-sighted persons who clearly believe that because they own a business, they have a right to be regulators as well. Well, it doesn't work like that in the Bahamas. It does not work like that in a free enterprise where governments has a responsibility to look out for the poor and the middle class. And I have to encourage the government to move quite aggressively, swiftly, to ensure that the poor man and the working class cannot no longer have to eat, or an effort is made so they don't have to eat and live from hand to mouth, week to week and day to day, paycheck to paycheck. Everything is going up in this country, of course we know, except people's salaries.
The former hotel union executive cited a case in point where many owners of big business and employers are only concerned with one thing: the bottom line. He commended the government for taking such a bold stand on behalf of workers throughout the country.
Big business have increased business, but workers have suffered. They have lost much benefit because they have used the so-called recession to the detriment of the workers. They have used the so-called recession to revisit the contracts of those workers and to threaten them, to curse them into signing contracts that is to their detriment or their jobs. And I'm saying this is a good example of when you leave the wolf to mind the chicken house, when you come back all gone. And as a result, today the people are just looking and hoping that somebody will come to their rescue, and the government is on track and the right there and saying the right things. Now they need to act.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, Grand Bahama is gaining the reputation of the destination of choice for Canadians. This past Saturday, over 100 persons from a popular radio show made a trip to the island. This coming days after a popular TV program broadcasted its morning live show from the Memories Resort. Italia Hall reports.
Starjet Radio Group and Marlin Travel are here at the Memories Resort celebrating their 10th anniversary. 106 persons arrived on the island on Saturday on the newly popular airline Sunwing from Canada. The group is staying here for a week and is broadcasting live from the hotel starting on Monday and will end on Friday from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m.
So we have a fabulous week of cultural activities planned for our group. We're going to be pampering them, but we're also going to be showing them all about the arts, the crafts, the culture of the island, the history, and all of our excursions and the activities that we're doing at the resort. And we have 106 people with us this year to celebrate, and you've probably seen some of them come through with the t-shirts, "It's all about me," and this week it's all about them.
The radio station is an adult Type 40 station based in Brandon, Canada, which plays popular hits from Taylor Swift to Lady Gaga, which is targeted towards adults between the ages of 18 and 54. The station has a listening audience of 60,000 persons per week and a listening area of 250,000.
Casting live all week back to Canada, to Western Manitoba, and we're going to be putting some of our travelers, our guests of your country, on the radio. And at the same time, we're hoping to have some folks from the island here come on the radio show as well and share the beauty of the island and the wonderful activities that can be done here and the fun we're having, so we can get a lot more people from where we're from to come see where you guys are.
Glenn adds that they are expecting great things from the island.
It was minus 30 degrees Celsius, and we saw on the computer that it was plus 30 degrees Celsius, 60-degree temperature change. We are so excited about the weather, number one. Number two is the food. We've heard wonderful things about your food and hospitality, and we can't wait to meet the people.
Many local Grand Bahamians will be featured on the radio station, sharing the story of the island's culture and music. Ministry of Tourism Senior Executive for Communications Brooke Grant says this is a great opportunity for exposing Grand Bahama to the wider world.
We're really enthused about this. We're looking forward to showcasing Grand Bahama even more, because they will be capturing this via social media. They'll be taking photos and posting all day. So we're looking forward to the leverage from that. And we're going to be sharing those tweets, retweeting, reposting, and it's really going to give Grand Bahama a good look, especially for our Canadian audiences right now.
It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Grand Bahama's cruise ship industry is expanding, and a team of Bahamians are now exploring new business opportunities in this sector. The principal owner of a new crewing agency is looking to become a game changer in the maritime industry. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
Bahama's first ship crewing agency has been established, and at the helm of this new company are Bahamians who are owners and operators. The formation of this all-Bahamian enterprise, coming as new mega cruise ships begin plying our Bahamian waters, expanding what is fast becoming a thriving industry, resulting in the need for more Bahamian workers. Principal owner of Shipmate Limited, Sandy Campbell, says the company was born out of a growing need.
The vision behind it is to be the premier crewing destination in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Because the way we got started, we're mariners, so we're navigators. We drive cruise ships, we drive Oil Tigers, we drive vessels. And we were trying to get on certain ships, and we couldn't get on. Everyone was telling us, you need an agent, you need an agent. Light bulb, we started an agency. So that's how the crewing agency got started. And so we're just so happy that we can bring other Bahamians in and let them have the exposure and experience that we've had.
Campbell says the company has already begun to play a pivotal role. The agency was contracted recently by the Grand Celebration to hire Bahamians to fill a number of positions on board that cruise vessel. This, she declared, is just the beginning.
Shipmate Limited is a maritime services company. Our focus is on crewing. Crewing means putting persons as employees on vessels. So the company was started to address the need in the industry, because if you want to get on a cruise ship, if you want to get on a commercial ship, you have to go through an agency. So this agency really acts as the middleman between the person and the vessel. So we're the facilitator in the middle. We make sure that everyone is certified, they have all their documents, they meet the requirements of the ship. And so that we can get them right on board. With this company a little bit over almost a year ago, and it's been rough getting to this point, but the cruise company, they saw the work we were doing, and they jumped on board. So we're so excited to be working with them.
Campbell is calling on more Bahamians to recognize what is in demand and go ahead and take the plunge and be that conduit of change while moving from employees to employers.
I want this company to just be an example that they can follow. I always encourage other persons in the industry to start your own business. You know, the maritime industry in the Bahamas is really in its infancy, and there's so many opportunities available, but you have to be able to work hard, and you have to be able to push your vision, and you have to believe in your vision. So I tell them now is the time. You know, just get started. It may seem hard, it may seem like such a task, but once you get started and you start moving and people see you're committed, doors start opening.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
2 male suspects are assisting police with their investigation into an armed robbery that occurred in the West Settlers Way area yesterday afternoon. Reports are that shortly before 1 p.m., police received information that 2 men wearing masks and armed with knives robbed a business establishment of cash and personal items. Now, the 2 suspects then made their escape in a dark green Toyota Wyndham vehicle. The vehicle was later recovered. Police are asking anyone with any information to contact them at telephone numbers 350 350-3107 or 8-911-919 or call your nearest police station. And tonight, police are also looking for 19-year-old Kilo Keith Thompson of number 498 Hawaii Avenue, Freeport. He is wanted on housebreaking charges. Thompson is about 5 feet 11 inches tall, dark brown complexion, and thin built. Police say he is considered armed and extremely dangerous and should be approached with caution. If you know where Kilo Keith Thompson is, you should contact 352-9774 or 5-350-3106 through 12-374-3713 or contact your nearest police station. Stay with us, there's more news right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The faculty, staff, and students of the Freeport Primary School celebrating Literacy Week. During a special assembly to culminate the week of activities, students were able to display their excitement and passion for reading through poem, skit, song, and dance. Third grade teacher and Teacher of the Year, Deanna North, talks about the significance of this observance.
That it's essential in order for you to be an effective student, you must be a great reader, because reading basically opens the door to many other subject areas, and if you can't read, you won't be able to learn.
North says the school had an exciting week of activities and professionals from throughout the community were invited to share with the students.
This week we had many competitions going on where they had to create either posters, bookmarks, write poems, write stories about reading in the Bahamas. And basically they have to give something of themselves to create these different themes. And we also had a few guests coming into the schools from every walk of life, former teachers, police officers, people from the Rotary. They came in on our lunch break and they read to every class. We have teachers rotating back and forth from different classes as well.
The 2015 E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival was launched on Grand Bahama today. It is a display of talent and Bahamian culture among students from the various schools on the island. Megan Shepard takes a look at day one of the competition.
First day of the E. Clements Bethel National Arts Festival is in the history books, and the talented preschools of the island had some interesting stories to tell. For the category of individual verse-speaking preschool, the Tiny Tots brought out their biggest and best voices to impress the judges. From stories of cute worms, kung fu dogs, and the importance of manners, the preschoolers were not short on stories.
My puppy punched me in the eye. My rabbit wagged my ear. My bird gave a frightful cry. A roundhouse kicked my rear. Oh no! Where did all my crayons go? It was right there in my pencil box a while ago. I have a dog. His name is Fred. He won't play fetch. He won't play dead. On a rainy day, on my way home from school, I found a big worm. I thought it was cool. In the heart of the sea, buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the lights. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. Water and soap will make you sweet. Brush and comb will keep you neat.
The preschoolers also coming together to showcase their musical talents. Mary Star of the Sea up first in the Singing for Preschool choir. They had a rapping rendition of the ABCs.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X,
Up next, the Hugh Campbell Primary School. Bahamas Total Education Center taking center stage with an a cappella rendition of We Are the World.
We are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving.
Finally to the stage, Sunland Baptist Academy. competition continues 9:30 Wednesday morning at the Grand Lukine Resort. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
They are just too cute. Stay with us. Ricardo Liborn has a check on sports when we return.
Welcome to Sports, everybody. I'm Ricardo Liborn. Let's get right to it. Well, the Grand Bahama Shipyard is preparing for its 5th annual fishing tournament. It's a competitive event. It's also for charity. Well, let Sabrina Brown explain.
Chief Operating Officer at the Grand Bahama Shipyard, Reuben Bird, says the annual fishing tournament is set for March 14th at the Grand Bahama Yacht Club and will be a family fun-filled day. He says they're excited about the big event, which is also attracting teams from the United States.
We have been very successful in the past since we started it with only 13 boats 5 years ago, and we've been up to 35 boats last year. We hope to exceed that this year, and we hope to exceed the fundraising that we had last year.
Bird says this year it's all about the youth.
All of the proceeds this year will be going to the Grand Bahama Children's Home, the Grand Bahama Youth Choir, the Sir Charles Hayward Library, Grand Bahama Schools, and the Grand Bahama World Relay Team. It's always been the philosophy here at the shipyard and in my personal philosophy that investing in the youth is what gives you good citizens tomorrow.
Director of Human Resources Kay Forbes Smith says a highlight of the Family Fun Day will be the diversity in cultural dishes that will be available.
One of the reasons we decided to include food from Peru, Philippines, and Romania was mainly because we wanted to include all of our staff in the fishing tournament this year. And as you are aware, we do have a very big and diverse staff here at the shipyard. And so with the Bahamian food that we're having as well, we've asked our staff members to participate by providing a native dish that will be on sale. And so we're inviting the entire Grand Bahama community to come out.
Cash prizes this year total $6,100. The Mella brothers are the reigning champs and have maintained their winning streak for the past 3 years. Shipyard executives say there will be lots of prizes and surprises for those attending the event, including a 7-day cruise. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Total Sports.
Let's now turn to softball in the Nico Grant Anita Doherty Primary School League. Walter Parker boys held off Freeport Gospel 9-7 in semifinal play. Sunland defeated Grace Christian Academy 14-7. Now the championship is going to be played on Wednesday. Sunland meeting Walter Parker, Freeport Gospel, and Grace Academy will play the consolation game. The Grand Bahama Basketball Association action for you from Monday. The Lady Predators over the Lady Flames 24-23. Tarania Wild Goose had a 7-point game, and also Larika Russell with some 9 points in the losing cause. The Cobras put away the Showtime Knights 65-47. Ricardo Butterfield with a 19-point game, and Jerome Jones with 10 for the Knights. The Coca-Cola Stars blasted the GV Power Ballers 59-37. Keno Russell had a great game, 10 points for those Saints, and Jamal Williams with some 15 points in a losing cause. Now the Grand Bahama Academy had a wonderful time at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, and they had the inter-school meet. Let's go to Sabrina Brown for that.
The young athletes and future track stars of the Grand Bahama Academy taking over the Grand Bahama Sports Complex in heated competition during the school's annual sports meet. The Blue Marlins hitting the track with a 7-year winning streak and looking for 8 straight.
Our intention is to take the championship. Winning is becoming a habit to us, and we intend to keep it that way.
House Captain Iris Pluck says his team worked hard over the years to maintain their title.
Our basic performance was based on maximum participation from the athletes. We try to make sure that every member of the house do whatever they feel comfortable of doing, and to let them understand that even though it's a competition, it's also fun.
But the Red Snappers were not prepared to give up without a fight, according to House Captain Sina Bradley.
My game plan this year was to keep it fun. Keeping it fun so that the students wanted to come out to participate, so we didn't have to force them and beg them. Fun, fun, fun was our rule, and so far it's working.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Total Sports.
Now, the Grand Bahama team is going to be heading to New Providence first thing tomorrow morning for the Scotiabank High School Track and Field National Championship at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. It's going to be a fun event, and ZNS Total Sports has got you totally covered. That's a look at sports tonight.